welcome again from another video from your channel, True Crime Stories. If you are new here, please subscribe first and hit the like button, and let's get started with our story. Our story for today is about a man who was known for his ownership of some lands, some large lands. He was a farmer and also had hundreds of sheep and cows, but he had only one child. He had just a one boy. The father wanted to make his son the best heir ever exist. But the boy actually is getting spoiled. The boy does not know the definition of denying his wishes. His wishes are now commands. But at the same time, his father made sure that his son gets the best education there is. To let him get the business of the family after his father. That's what the father thought in his mind after spending a lot of time and a lot of money on teachers, private teachers. A lot of teachers coming to his house to teach the boy, hoping that he is making sure that his son will take the right path. But what has happened was not the things he expected or dreamed of, because the boy dropped out of school, or stopped school after he got the diploma of the high school, after he graduated high school. At the age of 16, the boy went out to a far away city where he entered a private school to learn geometric drawing, and his father also helped him by buying him a condo in a real good place in the city. The boy now has enough money and space where he can do whatever he wants. So a lot of people now are trying to get his attention and trying to be among his friends in order to get off his money. And he is now starting to have these parties, these wild parties. He is now going out with a lot of girls, but he managed to get the diploma of the geometric drawing. And his father thought that after his son has finished his diploma and studies, he will return to his hometown to help him with his lands and his farm work. The father, which his health is not good as it was trying to prepare his son for the coming days and to put him in the right track before he dies. But the boy is now addicted to those parties and girls, and he could not let this go. The boy is now 30 years old, single, and not in his intention to get married. His father is in desperate need for him to settle down and marry a girl. And the father, one day, he surprised him in his apartment with a beautiful girl. And the father advised him and insisted that he marry this girl. The boy started procrastinating. They were lovers in a few months, and she had this idea or this dream of marrying him, but she found out that he had another woman in his life. She is now suspecting something, that he has this another woman, but she was not 100% sure. So one day she followed him until she saw him with this woman. And when she put this matter to him, he fired her from the apartment, and he broke his relationship with her. But yet he knows that she was pregnant. 20 years old woman took all her belongings and went to her poor family She was heartbroken, and that her dream of marrying this wealthy, good-looking man has just shattered. And when she made sure that she is 100% pregnant, she tried to contact him, but he denied his son and told him that this is not my son. He believed that the boy is not his because he thought she is just trying to get him back after she realized that he has another woman, and that she just had another boyfriend that he got her pregnant in order to tease him. The woman had no one to stand with except for her mother. The days has passed by, and the woman has put a beautiful baby boy. She named it after his the father of the man. But the father did not know anything about this baby or anything about this girl, this woman. He had urged his son to get married and to have at least one child, but he did not do it until and the man is dead. So the father is dead after being desperate of his son of getting married and to stay at his house in the hometown to take his family business. The boy, after inheriting these lands, he put on charge the people that used to stay and work in those lands. So he gave them the whole freedom of making any choices, anything on those lands and those cattle and everything. And he went on to keep playing and having those parties. In one of the poor villages, there was this young little boy, which was the son of the woman and this that the man had left her. He was growing day after day, and even his mother is now a married woman to one of the family, which he raised as his own son. The kid went to school and showed a great of intelligence, signs of intelligence, and his mother had three male children, even though he was not his biological son. But and he also was put. The man helped him to enter to the law school and graduate from it. The boy had a dream of becoming a lawyer. The day when he wanted to get his diploma, he was successfully passing the police officer's exam. So after passing the police officer's exam and successfully, he was appointed in the same city where he lives, and he had an intention of repaying his debt, the debt of his stepmother, the poor and the good man that he took care of him and his mother, and also his brothers and mother. But the man or his stepfather has died just soon as he was appointed as a police officer. The boy, which is a police officer now, knew that his biological father, the one that did not want to admit that he is his son, he knew that he settled in the city where his father, which is the grandfather of the boy, used to tell him to come and stay with me in the city and to take care of our lands. He settled now then, but his health is deteriorating, and he married again and again, but he did not get the boy he was wishing for, that that can his name last longer with him and inherit everything. And he has now some cousins are lurking around waiting for the right moment to get their hands on major parts of these lands. And the cousin's intentions increased when he got only three daughters and no boy. So the boy, which is the police officer now, he he is now coming and going to his biological father until one day the father got a stroke and entered in a deep coma for 3 months. After the 3 months, he got a bit of his health and he got out of the hospital. The man has now a hemiplegia, which is half paralyzed and an almost cannot speak at all, unable to talk. And his cousins used these stuff and circumstances, and they had opened a record saying that they own these lands, and they started bringing witnesses from the neighboring lands to strengthen their case. So the cousins wanted to register those land privately and secretly from their cousin, so that he cannot do anything to oppose them. This malicious act from the cousins were going smoothly, but or until the head of the village heard about it and decided to give the news to the man. When the man heard about this, he was shocked. That is, he gathered some energy and started a bit speaking, and he could a bit moving. The shock that made a miracle happening. So he had to act fast. He asked for a lawyer to come to him, and when he was waiting, he felt a bit of conscience coming back to him. He saw that he should get things back on track, so he decided to tell the truth, to confess that the boy is his boy. He knew that his cousins would made an appeal, so he decided to claim his decision by giving them his DNA and compare it to his son's DNA. And there was a match between the two DNAs. When this happened and the courtroom gave the order, they knew that their whole work was in vain. And they knew that the man they used to call the father of the girls has now a boy, an inheritance, and a social place for the boy, a respected social class. And for the boy, a new battle started now in the courtrooms, which made him ask for a whole year holiday with no pay and unpaid vacation to focus on those who were lurking to his father and his inheritance. His experience in the force, even if it was just a few years, he found out about the plot that some government employees are participating in it, and these two employees had a list of people who are being paid to say whatever they want they say. So after closing this case, he managed to concentrate on some documents he found that his grandfather has left, and he come across one document that shows that his cousins were renting those lands that they were trying to control in the end. Also, the father knew that this is the time where he should gather whatever he can gather. And he got married to the woman that he left years back, even though she was about to become a grandmother. And he brought it with all of her children into his home in the city where his father has urged him and pleased him to marry a girl and bring it to the house, the large, big house. The boy finally resigned from the police and focused on managing the family properties. So that was our story for today. Hope you like it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment below.